Hi, I'm Inger Madsen. In this video I want to show you two things. First off, I want to show you what EFT is and why it actually works, and in the second part I actually want to show you how it works and how to do it. So EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's also known as tapping, which you'll gather why in a minute. It's a phenomenally successful modality for dealing with emotional problems such as anxiety, phobias, post-traumatic stress disorders. It's also widely used for physical pain because there's nearly always an emotional component to physical pain. And the way it works is by combining a knowledge of ancient Chinese medicine with modern psychology. So in acupuncture, an acupuncturist will put needles in along the meridian lines in the body, the energy lines, and with EFT we stimulate those points by tapping, gently tapping on them, which is why it's known as tapping. And we do that in a certain sequence whilst using words that describe what we're experiencing. I'll come to that in a minute. And to understand why it works, we do have to have a little anatomy lesson and look at how our brain functions when it's faced with danger. In our brains, at the back here, in the old part of the reptilian part of the brain, there's a little almond-shaped thing called the amygdala, and it's the body's smoke alarm. Its job is to sense danger, and when it senses danger, it sends out the fight or flight response, which is basically hormones, adrenaline, cortisol, that flood our body and cranks up our ability to survive. So all sorts of physiological effects will happen. That, your heart will beat faster to pump more oxygen to the muscle so you can run faster. You'll get sweaty palms so your grip's better. More blood will go to the vital organs to keep you alive, and your thinking also becomes very black and white. You know it's a life or death choice. If there's a great big lorry thundering towards you on a country road, you don't start having a conversation with yourself about how stupid that driver is for setting his GPS wrong. It's just, do I go in the ditch or do I go up the bank to survive? It's that kind of thinking. And that's, of course, is absolutely fantastic when we really are in danger. But who of us don't have smoke alarms in our houses that go off when the house isn't actually on fire? And the same happens with the amygdala. If we just bring to mind something that we have previously experienced as scary, for example, doing a presentation in front of people, or if you have a phobia, it could be spiders, or thinking about exams, that can actually set the smoke alarm off so that you get those same physiological responses in your body and the black and white thinking. So this is where tapping comes in really wonderfully and effectively, because by just using our imagination to bring up something that we have categorized as scary, frightening, difficult, by just using our imagination to bring that up and tapping on these points, we are telling that part of our brain, the amygdala, to deactivate, to not fire off the stress response, and it gets the message that this is not dangerous. And it's the same as exposure therapy. It's the same as exposure therapy, which, for example, London Zoo, you can go and slowly expose yourself to spiders if you're scared of spiders. But you start off outside the spider house, and you end up holding a tarantula, and it takes a long time. We can do the same with EFT, but it's much faster because we use our imagination to just bring up that the thought of that scary spider whilst tapping on these points and voicing what we feel. The amygdala will get it, and it will deactivate, and it will refile it in your brain as a non-threatening event. And so that next time you see a spider or you think that thought, it just won't fire off the stress response. After I've done tapping with people on a particular issue, they will say, yes, it's not, I still have the memory, I still know what it is, but there's just no charge, there's no emotion attached to it. And that's actually because that limbic system has filed the memory pattern of something that's scary as neutral. And so that's what EFT is and why it works. Now we're going to move on to how to actually do EFT. Okay, so how to tap. To do that, we're just going to play mirrors. You're going to copy what I say and what I do, and I will give you a little cue when it's your turn. But first of all, let's just start by taking a deep breath in, and deep breath in, and deep breath out, feeling safe and present. And another deep breath in, and out, becoming present in this moment. And take a last breath in, and out again. So we're going to start with this point here. It's called the karate chop point. So if you were a karate master, that would be where you chopped a brick in half, and it doesn't matter which side you use. Now you're going to tap on this and repeat after me. Even though this feels a bit weird, I am still me and I accept who I am. That's it. And then again, even though I really hope nobody's watching me do this weird stuff, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though this is so weird and I'm not sure I should be saying I love and accept myself, I am still me and I am okay. And you say, I am still me and I am okay. And now we're going to go on to this point here. It's the eyebrow point. So it's the beginning of where the eyebrow starts. And you just tap gently with two hands. This is weird. And then you follow the eyebrow out to the bony part on the side of the eye. This is really strange. And under the eye, on the bony bit, right in line with the pupil. This is really weird. And under the nose, I don't see how this could work. And you repeat after me. And on the chin, I'm not sure how this can work. And then across here, you've got your knobbly bit in the middle of your collarbone, and you just tap across here and you will get the right point. How is this going to help? And then under your arm, roughly on a woman where a brass strap would be, and on a man 2 inches down from the armpit. This is so weird. And then just round at the top of your head, just make sure you get the middle bit, but just around. This is a very strange thing to be doing. Okay, take a deep breath in and out. So now you know where the points are. I've explained that to you. And so we're going to do another round, but make it a bit more real this time, so you actually experience what EFT tapping is. But again, you're just going to repeat after me. And I want you to think of something now, something that you have a bit of an emotional charge around, but you know, not too intense, because obviously I can't be specific because I'm doing this for a lot of people. So, you know, get an intensity of maybe, you know, if we mark it between 0, no intensity at all, and 10 out of 10 completely freaked out by it, go for somewhere in the middle. So think of an event. Maybe somebody cut you up in the car yesterday, maybe you got shouted at by your boss, maybe your children are being really difficult at the moment. Something fair to middling in terms of intensity. And just bring that to mind. And perhaps make it a bit more intense, make it high definition, and give it a number in your mind of intensity. And focus on that thing or that person that's been bothering you. And feel it in your body. Just feel where it is in your body. Do you feel it in your tummy, in your head? Just see if there's a tension in you when you bring that event or that person to mind. And then you can either repeat after me and just use the kind of generalized term I will use, or you can just talk over me and use the specific. Okay, so say after me. You can either use my more generalized words, or you can just talk over me and use your specific event or person. So tap on the side on the karate chop point and say after me, even though I have this problem and I feel it in my body, I love, forgive and accept myself. Even though this thing I'm thinking of is intense, and I feel it, and it's unpleasant. I am still me and I am okay. Even though I am really hot and bothered by this problem, I accept myself anyway. And again, we're going to go around and you're just going to name the pain, name the problem, this feeling of stress in my body, this problem, this pain, that person, that thing that happened. It's really bothering me and I feel it in my body. That thing that happened, that pain and that problem. Okay, I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and out again. So now just tune back into that problem, that thing, the event that I asked you to think about, and just rate it. Just see, is it still as intense? Has it gone down? And you might have to rewind and just tap through it again, but 90% of people will experience a reduction of intensity and a number that's gone down. So that was a little demo of how EFT works, and hopefully you will have now felt that in your body and in your mind. Obviously, when I work one-on-one with somebody, we are able to be much more specific and deal with a whole lot of different aspects to a problem, and the work is much deeper. But I hope you experience this little introduction to how EFT works and that you got some relief. So you can get some more practice in by signing up for my 4-part video series on my website. It is specifically designed for young people, but hey, we're all young at heart, so there's no reason why parents shouldn't be able to do it as well. It deals with anxiety, feelings of not being good enough, there's a bit about bullying, and there's something about body image problems. And then there is a specific video course which is for parents, and it's about learning to put the oxygen mask on yourself first when you're faced with your child's distress and stress. And that's on the website. And I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for tapping along. Bye.